What's up guys, this is Astranox. It's time to get Conqueror Lilias. This is my third account on the Europe server. I have different, heroes, different playstyles on that account, so I can really put her to the test. We'll see what she's able to do. So brand new 5-star Moonlight hero. Am I gonna have to pity for this hero? Well, let's find out. I do have the Mystic Metals, and yeah, I'm gonna try her with Fairy Tale. I'm gonna try her with the buffers. I'm gonna try her with damage dealers. Nice login rewards here. And the Vigor buff, guys. The Vigor buff giving, your whole team 30% attack and 30% defense. That is real juicy right there. And it stacks with attack buff, and it stacks with defense buff. So I got the Mystic Metals, man. This might go all the way through to 201 summons. I hope not. Finger crossed, literally. Okay, let's go, man. Let's go. And it begins. Good luck to everyone trying to summon for Conqueror Lilias. I'm going to be showcasing this hero. 15 skill ups and all that. You guys know the drill. And I'm going to actually plus 15 her in this video. I'm going to build her in this video. I'm going to give you guys more of my thoughts about this hero as I summon her and all that. So this hero, yeah, the skill number 3. Skill number 3 is real interesting because it reduces buff duration off of the enemy by 1 turn. So basically you can remove immunity set if you do have enough effectiveness. That's the thing. And if they don't have that much effect resistance. So that is already real powerful, right? You take care of the immunity. Now you can follow up with her skill 2, which is a redirected provoke on one enemy. And yeah, the soul burn on the redirected, just gonna make sure from what I remember. Okay, it's 2 turn. For some reason I thought it was ignore effect resistance. It is not. So it's a 2-turn redirected provoke, which is actually really strong, right? Like Lilius, Fire Lilius, she's got ignore effect resistance, but her provoke is 2 turns. But redirected provoke is more powerful than a simple provoke. So you need a lot of effectiveness actually if you want to use it effectively, right? If you want to make sure it is happening. Back to the skill number 3, right? She actually has a decreased attack against the whole enemy team. It's a non-attack skill, and it gives her an extra turn. Grants an extra turn, which is really powerful because you can do skill 3 into the skill 2, or skill 3 into the skill 1, and skill 1 triggers a dual attack with a random ally. But the skill 3 also gives Vigor buff, that 30% attack and 30% defense increase, that you can stack, right? Like I said, with attack buff, with defense buff, so you can push your damage dealers, damage, to a whole other level, right? But does she do damage? Because her damage is on skill number 1. I'm gonna skill her up, we'll see. I mean, if it looks decent, I might try her with some, crit damage for the lulz, We'll see what happens. I'm not expecting big damage. Oh, okay, I'm not expecting big damage out of her. But you never know. The thing is, if she does good damage, you could do skill 3 into the skill 1. Right? So on first turn, she's... well, the second turn, but she gets an extra turn after using skill 3. So she is... First turn, whatever, she can do damage. That's what I mean. Urvelin, I have him built on account number 2. He's okay. Using for Banshee and for one-shotting, in PvP like Guild War, you push him with Oxlot. You can push so many heroes with Oxlot. But yeah, okay, let's continue here. Man, I got some. I'm getting some shine. I got Urvelin, so it's something, right? I don't even know what the artifact is. Okay, it's better now. It got buffed. Doctor's Bag is actually pretty solid, so not bad. If I get it. Rose here, real strong. Not real strong, pretty strong. I actually use her for Wyvern in the front line. She provides attack buff. She's really tanky and provides a shield to herself and the ally of your choosing based on her defense. She's actually pretty decent. She can push combationness, but her base speed is really bad. But she's got an exclusive equipment that gives her up to 10 speed more. Yeah, pretty solid hero. Oh, let's go, baby! For a 4-star. Sinful Angelica is the 4-star Moonlight hero there. I'm gonna get pop from the right, pop from the right. No, not pop from the right. It's Sinful Angelica. Wait, well, we don't know. It confuses me every time, guys. Every time I get confused with this summon. Oh, that's it, baby. Oh man, halfway through. Not 201 feels good. Feels good, baby. Conqueror Lilias in all her glory. To dominate or to be dominated. There are only two options in life. Okay. Sitting on her chair, on her throne, but she's standing. You know, like, that's the thing. That's just like a design, like a type of design that they're going for. Looks good. Okay. Let's plus 15 her. Imagine, like, you're not done, right, with the X10 pull. And then you get like another Conqueror Lilias, or you get like the 4-star Moonlight hero. I'm sure it did happen to some of you guys. That's crazy. That's definitely crazy. Her memory imprint, she's got for the team beside herself attack. That's solid. If you're trying to push the damage, that is. Or health for herself. Okay, let's get to it. Let me get her. Here she is. So let's skill her up. Let's bring her to plus 15. Sounds crazy. I need to try her out. That's the way I do it. You know, plus 15, even on a hero that might not do so much damage with their skill number 1. So yeah, well, let's go for the build after that. So the thing to remember is that the skill number 3 gets -1 turn cooldown, right? So it goes down from 6 to 5 turns. Now, since you are granted an extra turn, it doesn't show now because I need to awaken her. Actually, I should probably awaken her first. Wait, what? Where is it at? That's it. It needs to be awakened. So you get an extra turn after you use the skill number 3. So it's basically a 4-turn cooldown. So she's gonna cycle pretty fast, and that's definitely good. Now you might want to build her with a bunch of speed, or you might want to, you know, the level up button is down there now. You might want to build her with a lot of speed, try to initiate with this hero because her base speed is pretty high up there. I believe she gets some from the awakening. We'll check that out in a second. So thank God that I have these fathers. Always good. What happens with multiple accounts. Okay, so let's finish the leveling and then awaken her. Let's get the final stats that she's supposed to have. And so this hero, you don't have to go crazy speed too. You might want to build some bulk on her, you know, health, some defense, and of course you need that effectiveness. Now if you go super high speed, she's, you know, she might be lacking survivability, and you need to worry about the effectiveness as well, unless I don't think it's gonna work too well, guys. Like, if you don't go with effectiveness, then you cannot reliably use the resurrected provoke. You cannot reliably land the attack break on the enemy. You cannot, most importantly, you cannot reduce buff duration on the enemy by 1 turn, which is the first thing you want to happen, because you need to take the immunity off of them, and then you want to start to cripple them with the attack break and follow up with the skill number 2. If you land that resurrected provoke, especially the soul burn, right, 10 soul burn onto like their cleanser, right? They have like a soul weaver that can, you know, remove all you know, debuff off of themselves. That's the worst thing. Like a fire cat is, you know, a Destina, or maybe they have like a Maid Chloe, they have an Angelic Montmorency, they have a Well of Light, and that could be real problematic if that hero is able to go. So yeah, if you don't have too many debuff and Maid Chloe goes, removing all those debuffs, you're not putting that Conqueror Lilias to good use. So yeah. Now, let's go for the skill ups. You can see her base stats. I mean, 121 speed. It's hard not to... It's tempting to not go for pure speed with effectiveness at that point, right? Because I'm thinking, use her and then follow up with like, you know, Fairy Tale Tenebrae. That could be quite deadly of a combo right there, because you got a bunch of resurrected provoke, you know, toward your hero with the highest maximum health, and her skill 2, you know, gives a barrier to herself and that hero with the highest maximum health, which is protecting them from all these enemies that will attack with because they have Resurrected Provoke onto that ally of yours, right? There's also the combationist reduction of 25%, so it, you know, helps out. It's not bad. Maybe one gets resisted. Maybe the Resurrected Provoke gets resisted, but at least you were able to push back their combationist. Something like that happened. Maybe you messed up their turn order. Maybe their cleanser was supposed to go before and then it goes after, right? It goes after and then it's out of sync and the rest of the team has to go, but they're crippled. Maybe you got Fairy Tale Tenebria, they're Resurrected Provoke, they cannot do nothing, they're losing their turn, and then the cleanser goes at the end and messes up everything. So that's just like type of scenario that could happen. Yes, I'm going with the skill ups here. That is crazy. More damage. Oh man, I don't know a lot of players that would push this. Normally, you do it if you use the hero a lot. Like you bring the hero World Arena all the time. It's a meta hero, and you're like, you know what? Let me push the damage just a bit. Every bit helps. Maybe with the frenzy, I might end up winning some battles because of that. But I'm just crazy like that. I'm just gonna like plus 15 this hero, whatever. So in terms of skill up priority, you most definitely want this thing at +2 right here, because I mean the -1 turn cooldown plus the fact that she gets an extra turn. Like I said, it's basically down to a 4-turn cooldown skill, and then you get the vigor for 2 turns. If she has a lot of speed, there's going to be a higher uptime for the vigor on your team, which is good. And the decreased attack, that's really strong as an opener, right? You are reducing their attack by 50%. So if they have a bunch of high offensive heroes, something like that, they are pretty crippled if they cannot take care of that. And you reduce buff duration by 1 turn, so the immunity is gone, and then you have a chance, of course, to land the attack break. But there's always the 15 innate resist. 15% innate resist might mess you up. You might get a bunch of resist, especially if you try to remove the immunity and it fails. That is really sad right there, right? Because, but if you got lucky on another hero, you were able to take the immunity off, then you can follow up with the Resurrected Provoke on that hero and cripple them, especially with the Soul Bar and 10 Souls. But you need a mage if you're going to use her as an opener, so you gotta worry about that. That's the thing. And there's the Fire Can combo I wanted to try, because if he gets Vigor, he actually gets enabled. Basically, he ignores effect resistance, can land defense break for 2 turns with the skill number 2. If you soul burn skill 2 and to an extra attack into skill 1 or skill 3, he could be pretty deadly and take out almost anyone if you build him properly, I would think. So activated with vigor from her skill 3, and that could be definitely quite dangerous. I want to try that later on. I don't know if I'm going to do it in the first showcase, but that could be quite interesting. It's just Fire Can, he needs a buff, right? He got buffed, but I don't think he's quite up there. He's not in the meta at all. Like, that's the thing. So yeah, really good that she has a dual attack on the skill 1 with a random allies like Fire Lilias. You can definitely do some really cool things. I mean, if you end up with like Conqueror Lilias plus like another hero, and she's just gonna keep calling that hero, that ally, into a dual attack. Okay, let me get some gear for this hero. Closing thoughts. And yeah, I mean, I can't wait to showcase her in the next video. It's going to be quite interesting. And yeah, you can also build her with a lot of effect resistance because she's a warrior. So Strike Gauntlet could definitely be a viable option for her, as well as a bunch of other warrior artifacts. Okay, let's move on to the build. There's going to be a lot of artifacts that are viable for Conqueror Lilias, guys. That's the thing. Now, since she has 2 non-attack skills, guys, it's so tempting to have Border Coin on her, to be honest, because she's gonna get, you know, up to 10% speed. You know, it stacks 3 times. You can get 2 stack. You know, use skill 3 into the skill 2. That is quite insane right there. So that's definitely a viable option. You know, you got the potential stuns here from the Champions Trophy with the effectiveness that is there static. So that's definitely another viable options. There's Circus Fantasia, which gives, you know, permanent effectiveness increase, which gets reduced every time you go. So it's better than Curse Compass, because Curse Compass only works on the first turn, and you want the effectiveness for the turn number 2. So that's very important. This artifact, actually, Creation and Destruction, could be decent. No cooldown. I mean, she has 3 skills that she can use. That's important, which makes this thing more powerful. So if you feel lucky, you can definitely use that. Durando, you want to cycle faster, that could use. There's quite a few of them, guys. Snow Crystal, maybe they open on you, you get outsped, but they land a non-critical hit on you, which pushes her combationist and allows her to go. Could be really dangerous if it happens. And she gets some effect resistance. Maybe you're trying to stack that. You're trying to stack effectiveness. You're trying to stack speed. That's definitely a rough build, but it's viable. Crimson Seed, since she has so much speed, this is going to be more powerful than the 3-star Anchor one. I forgot the name, I'll tell you in a second. Because you want to use the other one on a slow build, but Crimson Seed is better on a faster build. So yeah, there is that. And what else is there? Sepulchrum, if you want to reduce the damage that she takes. There's also, of course, Strike Gauntlet. You want to push the effect resistance as high as possible. Another viable option, maybe you don't have super crazy speed on her, but you have very high effectiveness and you have very high effect resistance, right? With some decent survivability. So viable builds, right? Viable builds. Other things that you could use on her is, of course, Warhorn. Warhorn is going to be very powerful because it boosts the attack of your team. She can, you know, cycle faster every time 3 enemy goes. So definitely a viable one right there with her attack memory imprint especially. And here we have Guide to a Decision. So maybe you want to wear that on her, and if they open on you, the bear is still there and you get a Combat Genius push, which allows you to cut and mess them up, and especially a Resurrected Provoke onto one of their heroes that's about to go and mess you up good. That's definitely a viable one. Proof of Valor. I mean, there's quite a few viable options. It's pretty insane what this hero can actually wear. Now, for that other artifact I talked about, where is it at? It's the Anchor, and I am blind, it looks like. So 3-star artifacts. Okay, Oath Key, evasion-based heroes. The thing is, that's the thing, you don't need to worry about hit chance, because non-attack skill means you don't actually need to land an attack on them. So even against evasion-based heroes, you can do real good. Here it is, Timeless Anchor. This artifact, you want to put that on a hero that is slow because it dispels 1 debuff from yourself when you get attacked, right? Can trigger multiple times in a row. You don't have to get an extra turn, but if you're really fast, you know, then that's going to be more powerful if you wear Crimson Seed, because it's once per turn that it can be activated. Okay, let's get her full build going. I guess you could wear this artifact as well. So Anti-Magic Mask, the limited Rimuru artifact, could work. It could work. Even Midnight Bloom, you're trying to push the crit chance of your team, let's say. Cursed Compass, you know, 60% effectiveness on turn 1. Since the skill 3 is such a big deal, it could definitely be a viable option. I mean, Prophetic Candlestick, maybe you end up using her, I don't know, in PvE content. Maybe even in PvP. If Resurrected Provoke makes it so they attack her because she's got the highest maximum health, I don't know. It could work. Lowering her cooldown, allowing her to use skill 3 and 2 more often because they are pretty powerful skills. Alright, so I have her build. The problem is I had to mess so many of my heroes' build, so I have to go back and fix those, and I don't even have as much effectiveness as I would hope. So on this account, I don't have high speed with high effectiveness on my gear, sadly. So yeah. Now if I had something like Circus Fantasia or Champions Trophy that I had more copies of, the Cursed Compass gives effectiveness, but it's only on turn 1, which is really important. It's actually, yeah, I could actually revert back and use a Cursed Compass, which would bring her over 200 effectiveness at the start of the battle, because using that skill 3 and removing the immunity is such a big deal, right? I would say it's much more important than Resurrected Provoke because it opens up a lot of different possibilities for your team to cripple the enemy, to control the enemy. So there is that. Now, her stats, she does have some survivability, right? So that's not bad. I don't have crit chance. I have some crit damage. It goes to waste. I'm not trying to push the damage in this video per se, the next showcase of hers. But I will try her damage in a different video. And I don't have that much effect resistance. I'm not trying to stack it. So I'm going to be wearing Border Coin, and this artifact allows her to, you know, get more speed throughout the battle and cycle faster. So I'm gonna give that a shot. But you know what? I might revert back and like go with a Cursed Compass, because that guarantee effectiveness on turn 1 is such a game-changing thing, and it will allow me to just you know, more reliably take one of their buff off of them. And yeah, like I said, it's gonna open up a lot of different possibilities because of that. So overall, if you're trying to build this hero, I would say, well, base yourself on this video for the build and my showcase of her, but really having a lot of effectiveness is definitely the #1 thing. You don't need insane speed on this hero. It really depends. Have her faster than the rest of your team, no matter how much speed you have on your heroes. And if she doesn't have crazy speed, well, you're gonna have more stats for survivability. You're gonna have more stats. Maybe you're trying to stack effectiveness with effect resistance, with strike gauntlet, let's say. So there's going to be a lot of different viable builds for Conqueror Lilias, but I hope this works out well. Sadly, you know, the Circus Fantasia artifact, it just sounds so good with this hero if I had it. But Curse Compass is 60%. It's a 3-star artifact and everyone can get it, so you could go ahead and use that, or any of the other warrior artifacts or common artifacts that would work pretty well on her. Really depends what you're trying to do with this hero. So I'll try her out in various team compositions and see how she performs. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. I'm Astranox. Good luck with all y'all do. Peace out for now.